Hello wonderful people, my name is Sade and welcome to this channel for Journeys Across. Now in this episode I'll be basically talking about money, budgeting, making the savings, how to make the most out of what you have. So I hope you stay with me as we learn how to make the most of our money. So, uni students, you guys know yourselves. I would say get into the habit of saving. Even if it's just £10 a month, just get into the habit of saving, putting money aside. That your student loan is not your money. It's your money, but it's not your money. So get into the habit of saving. Try and get a part-time job, obviously if your course allows it. If you feel like you're in school every day and you got to study every day and you just can't have the time for a part-time job, then fair enough. But there are other things that you can do, for example filling in online surveys, for example having a blog that you can do within your own time. There's literally ways that you can go around it if you feel like you just can't commit to having a retail job or having a job where you have to be more hands-on. So do try and get another way of getting income if possible, and definitely make sure you save. Also get a current account and a savings account. Don't just stick all your money in one account. You need to have money in another account, just so that your eyes doesn't go, oh my gosh, money, and then you get excited and then blow it off. If you separate it, you know that cool, this money's for this and that money's for that. They each serve a purpose. Also, as soon as your money drops, as soon as you get your student loan, pay your essentials first. That rent, pay it. You gotta pay it. Pay it first. Everything that you need that is important, whereas it's even like paying for your course or paying for a certain textbook, pay it first. Alright, and then whatever is left, then you can start splitting it up into, cool, I gotta buy food, cool, this is what I can use for enjoyment, cool, this is what I need to save aside. Also, I would say, if possible, pay your bills in advance. So things like your phone, your gym, things that are kind of important to you, pay them in advance. So if your phone bill is £20 a month and cool, you need to pay £20 this month, if you have the money, pay £80. Pay a few months in advance, so that way when it's coming closer to that time, you're not scrounging for money because you've blown it off on something else. So pay everything in advance, including your phone, including your rent. Try not to do it monthly, obviously pay it in bulk so that the money is literally out, and then you know that what's left is yours and it's not something that you're going to be having to pay. I will say, if possible, divide your loan into 3. So when it drops, use a third of it to pay all your bills, your rent, your essentials, blah blah blah. The other third, put it into savings. Savings means you can't touch it. It doesn't mean that, oh, it's there for now and then I can spend it. It means you don't touch it at all. And so that's a third into essentials, a third into savings, and the last third goes into what you can use on a daily basis. So that's food, that's any enjoyment, that's anything else, clothes, whatever, things like that. So that's how I'll do it. And obviously savings you don't touch. Bills is gone. The third that you have left, divide that into 4. Into 4 because ideally you kind of want to be spending it per week rather than spending it for the month. I don't shop for the month. I don't have enough storage space to buy food for the month. I eat a lot, so I shop every week. So that's just what I do, and that's what works for me. And that way also it's manageable, because I know that my money, I will divide it into 4 for the month, and then the first week I'll go shopping, use the money to go shopping, and then the next week I'll use different money to go shopping for that week. So if you can, obviously, and you've got the space for the month, do so, fine. But at the same time, I would say to split it by 4, so that way you don't blow all your money and then you don't have money for the rest of the month. So split it into 4 is easier, it's manageable, and also allows you to see where your money is going. And also I just feel like it makes sense. As a young person, you're going to find it hard to manage money. I don't know if your school taught you how to manage money, but dividing it into 4 and knowing what you should spend every week allows you to be more savvy with the money that you have, because then it's not like you have a huge lump sum that you just don't know what to do with. When you have it per week, that's you setting a budget for yourself for the week. And I feel like weekly is more manageable than monthly, so that's what I would advise. So adults, similar with students, when you do get paid, people say save 50% of your salary. hard. But yeah, they say 50% of your salary, and then 40% is what you have to spend. And then, for example, the 40% is bills and your enjoyment and your food and everything, and then the 10% is for emergencies. So yeah, so technically you have 50%, technically. So yeah, and then if you don't use that all up, you put it into savings, because the next month it all starts again when you get paid again. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, okay, at the end of the month I've got £200 extra, let me just splash out, just save it. And then that way when the new money comes in, you start all over again. So the next things I'm going to talk about, some of you might not agree with it, but it's just an advice, you don't have to take it, you know, everyone's different. So definitely open an ISA account, because those accounts have interest rates, and so when your money's sitting in it, like when you're saving, money builds up every time. So you know how I mentioned how you're supposed to split your money per week? You take away your bills, blah blah blah, you divide what's left and you divide it by 4, so that way you're spending it weekly. A tip, you don't have to, a tip is to use your weekly budget on a credit card. So basically, let's say you've deducted everything and what you're left with is about 150 per week to spend, or £100 per week, or £200 per week. Use a credit card, and then at the end of that week, cover it up with the money that you had in your account that you was going to use anyway, or initially should I say, because you know you're going to cover it, number one. Number two, it builds up your credit, because they see that, okay, cool, she's paying blah 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 blah, and then just put money immediately back after a week. So I know some people get really touchy about credit cards, but if it's an idea if you want to build credit to do it that way, because you're gonna use the money anyway. You've got the money with you. It's not like it's anywhere else. It's just you're using credit cards to build the credit, and then at the end of the week you're gonna cover it straight away with the money that you have already. So it's just an idea. So adults, we love direct debits, we love monthly bills. If there is a way, minimize what you spend. So that Netflix account, that gym membership, all those wonderful things. Obviously, I'm not saying delete them, I'm just saying is try and see if you can find a cheaper alternative. If not, then cool, maybe there's something else that you can budge up or something. But try and shop around, definitely, especially with things like car insurance, health insurance, house insurance. Shop around, see the best place to get good one but for a cheaper price, and if possible pay it off for the year rather than paying it off monthly. So for example, in car insurance, if you can, pay it off for the year, because then one, it works out cheaper overall, and then two is like one less thing to pay for every month. So the same thing with council tax actually. If you can, pay for the year. If not, then obviously pay monthly. But ideally it is cheaper if you do it for the year, depending on what it is. So recently, one thing that I really found really hard was like the food thing. So like, because I buy food every week, I haven't done a food shop in a while because I've been so busy. So I quickly nip to the corner shop and I buy food there, or I go to shops nearby me that are like supermarkets, like big ones, and they're quite pricey, and so I end up doing this daily, and that's obviously taking money from me. So one thing I've started to do is to have a food planner. So with a food planner, you kind of know what you're going to cook each day of the week, and then you're able to make a shopping list to buy just those items that you need for the week. And then that way I'm not faffing about buying things that I shouldn't be buying, and I'm not overspending. I'm literally being mindful and conscious, and I'm able to go to a cheaper supermarket to buy all those things rather than going to the ones near me out of convenience, even though they're pricier. So yeah, I suggest getting a food planner if you think it will help you. It definitely will help me, because Lord knows I just buy literally everything and anything when I'm hungry, especially with takeaway as well. It's not really good, but I just spend money anyhow when I don't really plan well. So this is just another way to plan. Everything in life is planned. This is just me sacrificing my time, my effort, and literally as a result of all this, I hope to be saving more money, and it makes sense for me. Obviously, we all have different goals. To you, you might be like, you know what, I'm swimming in money, it's fine, I can spend on whatever. Wonderful, just wonderful for you, innit? But for me and other people watching this, they might be like, I want to save more, I want to be able to get more and use that money that I've saved and put it into something else. So yes, I'm going to do this, and yes, I'm going to do anything possible to save every little bit I have. Back to what I was saying to the students is that you don't have to go to every event, you don't have to buy an outfit for every event. Even if you do go to an event, there's ways around it. If you want to take Uber, try and take the train, or get in a car with a friend of yours and go together, and that way you're saving petrol. There's literally ways around things. There's dresses that I have not worn, that are just sitting in my cupboard because I bought them thinking, you know what, I'm going to wear it one day. 2 years later, I still haven't worn it. So anything that you feel like you're not going to end up needing, you don't need, learn to say no. And just say no if it's something that you feel like you can do without, or you know that you need to do without. Have a spreadsheet of your budgets, everything that you have going out and coming in. Be on top of your finances, because if not, at the end of the month, you're gonna be like, where did my money go? So when you know where it's going, when you know what's happening, you feel more in control. And as a result, I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like it makes you more confident. It makes me more confident knowing that, cool, I have to do this, I need to do that. Oh cool, I'm able to save that. And then in turn, it makes me more happier because I know my money isn't disappearing into thin air. Okay, so also another thing, funny enough, my phone provider called me and they were like, oh, we want to give you a new phone deal, and I was just like, hold on, how much is it? Okay, what's the catch? Like, don't rush to get another renewal. Look around, shop around, see the best deals. Because a phone contract, that once you start it, that's it, you're stuck for 1 year or 2 years. So make sure that even with internet providers, even with telephone providers, everything, literally shop around and make sure that you are going for the best deal possible. There are tools like Compare the Market, where you get 2 for 1 in cinema tickets when you use them. Literally guys, there's so much out there that allows us to get back freebies. Use it all. There's also, I think it's called Taster Card or Taste Card, and they also do like 50% off on food, and it's literally things like this. Use them when you go out. It saves you money. If you have a student in the group, use their student card, their NUS card, use their uni days, student beans, all this great stuff that you could use to get your money back. Don't just spend frivolously, be savvy with your money. There's also Hunning, which is a browsing extension which basically finds and applies coupons at checkout. It's amazing. You just download it on your browser, and then whenever there's like a deal, it adds it onto you at checkout. And those things are out there, literally research. We have no excuse to not save. There's none. There is so much out there that makes it so easy for us to do so. There is Groupon, there's Voucher. I'm literally just throwing things at you guys. I'm sure you guys know of some. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. But there are literally so many things out there that people can use to get more for their money. So I know that everything that I said sounds so but allow space to treat yourself. For me, I go to the cinema once in a while. It's nice, you know. It's not as pricey, and I make sure I do it like once a week. I treat myself once a week. If I don't go out, then I buy takeout or Chinese from down the road. So do treat yourself, and then you will feel like it is worthwhile. Don't splurge, like just treat yourself. And yeah, leave within your means. Like if you see people out there and they've got this, they've got that, they've got a nice oh my gosh, I wish that could be me. You don't know if they're paying about 70% of the salary just so they can drive a nice car, and they're left scrambling with the 30% that's remaining, and that's just how they want to live their life. Like, don't judge the book by its cover. There are people that are well off, you know, and there's people that are not well off. So whichever one you fall into, don't start comparing and being worried and just looking on the other side. As they say, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. So just water your grass where you are now, and make sure you apply all the tools that you need to basically be more savvy with your money, to be able to budget, to be able to save, and then invest in yourself to be able to do more saving, more budgeting, and then make your money grow. And that's just a skill that you need to be one of those people that you could be like, oh, I wish I was like them. One day, that's gonna be you, as long as you apply the right methods to do so. When you're a nice person, good things happen, all right? That's what I believe, that's what I know. So you don't be stingy with your money. If there is someone that you know that, okay, cool, I should invest in this, or I should invest in that person, I should invest in myself, do so. I know you're trying to save, but at the same time, saving is also about sacrificing and trusting that things will be better in the future, and you're giving up something you want now or something in the future. So if it's investing in yourself, you might think, oh, I don't really want to do that, but the more you do that, the more it is better for you. So yeah, do that. And also if you know someone that needs a helping hand, do give it. Don't be stingy with your money. Just because you're budgeting and saving doesn't mean you should be stingy. But yeah, anyways, that was basically it. Those were my tips for how to be financially savvy and save money. And I really hope you guys actually use everything and take it on board. If I've missed anything or there's anything more you'd like to see from me, please do let me know. And I hope this video was enjoyable. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!